RJ in Napa. RJ, what's happening, RJ?
Hey, guys. I love the way last night that George Kittle opened his post-game press conference with the reference to the system quarterback. I've been thinking a lot about this. I think you absolutely want a system quarterback if you have a good organization, a good coach, and a, wait for it, good system. Would you rather have Brock Purdy doing his thing, or would you rather have Justin Herbert flapping in the wind in that clown show known as San Diego or Los Angeles or wherever they are now? So I want to leave you with this thought. Football is the ultimate team game. The only difference between Dan Marino and John Elway is Terrell Davis. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
There it is. You know, the whole system quarterback thing, I never got that either. Because every quarterback is playing within a system.
I'm not a system player. I am a system.
Technically, all 32 quarterbacks are system quarterbacks. You're running Patrick Mahomes runs Andy Reid's system. All right? Justin Herbert is running whatever system they're running in L.A. Brennan, what's his name? Kellen Moore from Boise State and Dallas, former Boise State quarterback. Everybody's ready. Jalen Hurts is running the system that Sirianni put in place, or Shane Steichen, whoever you want to give credit to. So everybody's a system quarterback, technically, and Brock Purdy is mastering this system. He's playing within the system better than anybody in a 49ers uniform under Kyle Shanahan.
We actually heard a lot of this regarding to Steph Curry. Oh, the way the Warriors play is why Steph Curry's so good. How many years did you hear that, B?
Years. Yeah, I kind of started ignoring it. It became white noise.
Now, Curry's a legend in his sport. Purdy's not there yet, but we've seen this before. We've kind of seen how people try to dilute the accomplishments of someone. I just look at it this way. When I watch that guy play, he's so calm, cool, and collective. The way he goes through his reads and then hits the check down, when he doesn't hit a check down quick enough, we all are like, oh, kind of surprising. He was a little slow on that one. That's how good he's been. And he never puts the ball in harm's way. His touch on passes over 20 yards are so much better than I thought, man. Like, so much better. He's got a beautiful deep ball. Beautiful deep ball.
The 76-yarder was special. Everybody's going to talk about that yesterday. Brock Purdy just masterful. Perfect passer ready. First time since Montana and Steve Young did it back in 1989. It truly is remarkable what Brock Purdy has done, being the last pick of the NFL draft. I still can't believe it. So you talk about air yards. Brock Purdy yesterday finished 7 of 10 for 213 yards and 2 touchdowns on passes over 10 air yards against the Bucs. Again, 7 of 10, 213 yards and 2 touchdowns on passes over 10 air yards against the Buccaneers. What quarterback's all about? It's not about having the strongest arm. It's not about throwing the ball down the field every single play. It's about accuracy, touch, and timing. Brock Purdy has all 3 of those things right now.
And his mobility, I think, is the most underrated aspect to his game. His ability to, scramble in the back of the pocket, keep his eyes downfield. There was a play to Deebo Samuel on 3rd down that was just unbelievable, where he steps up in the pocket, and they zoomed in on the replay, and his eyes are looking, and he looks the safety off Deebo, and he knew he was going to go to Deebo, and then he just, hey, let me just float one to you. The guy's spectacular.
There's no reason to dislike Brock Purdy right now as a quarterback heading into this big. You play 5 straight teams with bird logos. You got the Seahawks, you got the Eagles, you got the Seahawks, you got the Cardinals, then you got the Ravens. You got a flock of birds here.
What?
You got a flock.
Even think of that.
You got a flock all over the place.
That's good. So, let's come up with that one.
No, I just looked at the schedule. I was like, damn, they're playing all these bird teams.
All bird logos.
All bird logos. It's all these bird logos.
So we need the Birdman?
Put some
respect on my
Well, you don't need Birdman. Birdman's watching the Saints, and we want to keep Birdman away
what
because
to that boy.
Yeah, well, Birdman's on a different hype right now, so I want to stay away from Birdman.
I haven't been paying attention.
Even Chris Anderson, I don't even want that Birdman around.
Birdman. Well, he reformed and found God.
No, he did find God, and he won some championships, played in the Big 3 or whatnot. So 888-957-9570. As you are listening to 95.7 The Game, KGMZ FM in HG1 San Francisco, always live on the free Odyssey app. Download the Odyssey app and favorite 95.7 The Game for the best and most up-to-date sports coverage. And do not forget, you can also watch us every single day on our YouTube and Twitch stream, sponsored by our very good friends at First NorCal Credit Union. Just log on to search 95.7 The Game. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel while you are there. This is a Monster Monday brought to you by First 5 California. To learn 4 things you can do to overcome toxic stress, go to first5california.com. And last segment was brought to you by Golden State Lumber, serving the Bay Area for 3 generations When you succeed, we succeed. Visit GoldenStateLumber.com. Let's get to Joel in San Jose. Joel, what's happening? You're on the roast. What's up, Joel?
It is Win Monday. We are feeling light. We are feeling good. I want you guys to talk to Baldy tomorrow about Fred Warner and why he is not in the national conversation for Defensive Player of the Year. It's about time to give it to somebody else that's just not getting sacks all year. This guy does everything. Pass breakup. He should have had a pick. He should have had a pick last week. He did have a pick last week. This guy is the best in the game, top 3 overall defensive player, period, and he should be in the conversation for DPOY.
I'm with you, Joel.
Totally
I'm with
agree.
you. I thought he was on that track going into Pittsburgh. Then he took out Najee Harris's soul, right? And then last week, he took out Travis Etienne's soul. Fred Warner's the best linebacker, and he's the best linebacker, and it's not even close.
There are a lot of great candidates this year for deep boy, like Myles Garrett, TJ Watt are going to be guys that are going to be at the top of most people's lists. But in terms of playing the middle of the field and commanding the entire defense, he's been spectacular. Flying in to stuff the run on the edges, his awareness in zone coverage to drop off of one guy, jump to the other, blitzing. I mean, I thought that the PI was a tough call. I know he made shoulder contact, but I thought he guarded that about as well as you could.
Well, his cover skills
Are amazing.
as a modern-day linebacker. As a modern-day linebacker, you kind of have to be a hybrid, right? You have to cover tight ends. You got to cover wide receivers. You know, you got to play the run. You're going to be in a nickel defense for the most part. Fred Warner is playing, I mean, he's not slowing down here. So I know we say Patrick Willis, and we say Gary Plummer, and we say Derek Smith, and we say Lee Woodall, and, you know, there's all these Navarro Bowman. There's all these great linebackers come through the 49ers system. Fred Warner's playing as well as anybody has at the linebacker spot in a 49er uniform. I truly believe that. He doesn't take a play off. He lays hat. He's got great cover skills, lateral movement, sideline to sideline, deep down the field. I mean, he's covering, who is it, CeeDee Lamb? He was covering 40 yards down the field on Sunday Night Football. I mean, this guy is unbelievable. So he should get more national love. But, you know, quarterbacks take all the headlines. The Cowboys take all the headlines. For whatever reason, the New York Jets get a lot of headlines. Whatever. We know what we have here in the Bay Area with Fred Warner. And we have an all-time middle linebacker who may one day get his number retired here in San Francisco.
Yeah,
he's that good.
I agree with you on that one. And it feels like, you know, the linebacker legacy with the 49ers is dramatically underrated. Dave Wilcox, Hardy Brown are guys you didn't even reference, which were superstars. I mean, Dave Wilcox is a Hall of Famer, the 7-time Pro Bowler. The guy was amazing. And we're afraid to put Warner in the Willis category, and I don't get it. And
we're not. I'm not.
It's not a disrespect to, like, I don't think that when you say it, I feel like people automatically, whoa, Patrick Willis. No, I'm trying to elevate Fred Warner because to me, Patrick is the gold standard. And it's not a knock on Patrick Willis at all. I'm saying 1A, 1B in terms of in their eras, what they're asked to do in terms of playing as hard as you possibly can on every single snap. Fred Warner never comes off the field. He is an unbelievable leader. And as a guy to lead my defense, find me a guy in the NFL you'd rather have at a podium, on the sidelines, on the field.
Yeah, I don't even think it's hyperbolic at this point. Fred Warner, Patrick Willis is all-time great. I think Patrick Willis right now say, Fred Warner's on my level. Fred Warner's that good.
Exactly.
Fred Warner is.
Exactly.
And I figured coming into the year, I was like, this guy's going to have one of those years. This is the year.
Yeah.
And this may go down as his best individual season all time, but we'll get there. We played, somebody brought up George Kittle. I just want to bring this up real quick. He had the 2 targets, 1 catch against Cleveland.
Yeah.
And we're like, how does George Kittle walk off a football field with 1 catch and 1 yard? Well, since then, in 4 games, 25 receptions, 432 yards, 2 touchdowns. Again, he goes on these heaters.
I know.
Over a 3 to 4 game stretch. And it started in Minnesota, 5 for 78. Then you get to Cincinnati, 9 for 149. Then last week in Jacksonville, 3 for 116. Yesterday, 8 for 89 on 9 targets. George Kittle is reestablishing himself as one of the best tight ends in football. He saw Sam Laporta. He's seen T.J. Hawkinson. He knows about Travis Kelce. He knows about Evan Ingram.
So tired of Travis Kelce.
Right now, George Kittle is back in that conversation again after his 4-game stretch.
What I loved in yesterday's game, first play of the game goes to Debo. Second play of the game goes to Kittle. And it's a dime by Brock Purdy. I don't know if it was a seam route or a little
seam route. Yeah, right down the middle.
whatever it was. It was an absolute dime. and they are getting him on these naked boots to the flat, and he's wide open, and he's able to just catch it and plow over people. And Purdy does a great job selling the play action fake, flipping his hips, hitting him so he can catch it, get upfield. George Kittle's been amazing. And then I love that he's getting red zone targets.
Yeah, he's getting red zone targets.
They went 4 wide. It was basically 5 because CMC was the guy out of the backfield. They went 4 wide, and they had these little, like, quick hitters out to the flat, and then George Kittle comes up over the top, and it's just, whoop, let me hit you on the little alley-oop play. And he's wide open. Wide open. The play designs from Kyle Shanahan in the red zone have been unbelievable. We always want to bash when they stall out in the red zone. They have been excellent in the red zone since Brock Purdy stepped in.
No doubt.
Excellent.
No doubt. They convert touchdowns. They don't settle for field goals. We don't see a lot of Jake Moody there. Although in the first half they did settle for 2 field goals.
Moody's been good.
Moody's
been good.
Under 40, he's perfect.
He's been good.
Now let's see him in a close game here.
Was he 6-7 in a row?
Well, we got to see him in some tight situations here, but he's been solid.
How about the special teams late in the game, the punt return? What'd you think of that?
Again, it wasn't the prettiest game. The fourth quarter, and they let their foot off the gas a little bit there, and Tampa Bay has some hope to at least cover the spread. They were threatening, man. That was a big goal line stand. Big goal line stand up 27-14.
Yeah.
That stabilized that football game. Who knows what happens if it's 27-21?
Yeah.
All of a sudden, there's a lot more pressure. The offense has to get out there and say, you know what? I don't know. I don't know. I don't like that fourth quarter at all.
I don't want to harp on the negativity, but if we're talking
not negative, it's just assessing the football.
No. But I'm looking at it like things that they have to clean up. I expect CMC and George Kittle to know the situation, and with under 3 minutes to go, and you know that it's getting to final drive time, you've got to slide in bounds, especially when the play preceding those 2 plays was Brock Purdy scrambling on a bootleg for a first down, and then he slides in bounds. It was such an aware play. And then I'm watching, like, Kittle catches it. He has an opportunity to slide down. He doesn't. He goes out of bounds. CMC goes out of bounds, stopping the clock. Those little things are going to be the difference down the stretch when you play Seattle, Philly, Seattle, and then getting into the playoffs.
Let's go to Brian in Millburn. Brian, what's happening, man? You're on a roast.
Hi. Hey, listen. I truly believe Fred Warner's on Willis' level because he covered better than him. He's great. He's one of the best linebackers. Matter of fact, he is the best linebacker in the league, and I'm so proud for him to lead my defense. And listen, hey, I know Tyler Funk. I don't know if we out here. Did Tyler Funk tear his knee yesterday or not?
Yeah, it looks like an ACL injury.
Hey, we might have got a blessing in disguise, y'all, because they say the rookie J.L. Brown, they drafted in the 3rd round, could be a star. He got the measurables, the ball hawk instincts. I think we got a blessing in disguise. Just try the young boy out and see how he get down.
Well, this is his shine. This is his time to shine. There's no doubt about it. He's going to be thrown into the fire. And you got DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett, Jackson Smith, and Jigba coming up. Then a week after, you got Devontae Smith and, of course, A.J. Brown and Jalen Hurts. Then a week after, you got Seattle again. Then you got to deal with Kyler Murray and Hollywood Brown and the Cardinals and James Conner, the Terminator. And then you got Lamar Jackson, Odell Beckham. Now, they lost Mark Andrews for the season with a broken ankle.
That's
unfortunate. Huge injury. But Isaiah Likely ain't a bad tight end, though.
No.
He's not Mark Andrews, but he's not that bad. Isaiah Likely makes some plays. But Jair Brown is going to get an opportunity here to stabilize that secondary. And so they're going to target him. But you know what? He stood tall yesterday.
You like him?
I think he has a lot of potential.
Yeah, you were like really high on him in the draft, weren't you?
Yeah, I think he has a lot of potential.
And did you catch a lot of him at Penn State?
Not a lot of them at Penn State.
Okay.
I try not to watch Penn. Penn State's a boring watch. Defensively, they got players.
Yeah.
They got a dude this year. I was watching the Michigan game, number 44. I want to say Cornbread something, or I'll figure out his name. This he comes off the edge like Von Miller.
Yeah.
Penn State, they produce linebackers, they produce safeties. Her offense just stinks, and James Franklin's offense is just like, ugh. Well, I thought you were an offensive guru.
Well, no, he's not. I'm excited for the kid. Obviously, I mean, it's really sad that Hufanga got hurt. Hufanga's been one of the better picks that they've had in the last few years. 5th rounder, stepped in.
Hufanga's a good player.
I mean, he is a good player. Does he miss a tackle here and there?
Chop Robinson's a kid's name.
They
call him Chop Robinson.
All right, cool.
This guy comes off the edge. Dude, look at him come off the edge. This guy is unbelievable coming off the edge. That first step, damn, he's going to be a first-round pick. You know,
but the communication between him and Gibson, I think they've been a very underrated combination. I think we haven't talked enough about how good they've been, and it's going to be a loss, and they're going to test him. And you saw Gibson broke up a pass play in the red zone. I thought he was going to get the pick there right at the goal line, and then 3 consecutive plays, they attacked Jair Brown after they gave up the seam route play, and he made plays.
Yeah.
You know, he recovered on the Mike Evans when he came flying up. Mike Evans goes to the outside. Baker has to kind of hesitate because the pass rush comes in, and I thought he did a pretty decent job of not making contact with Mike Evans and then adjusting in air to locate the ball. But they're going to keep attacking him.